It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. My voice is just coming back. My sinuses are still a little messed up, so I'm probably going to sound weird, and it's probably going to be in quite a few reactions going forward because I tend to record all of them at the same time. This song is called You Gave Me a Mountain. We're back checking out some Elvis Presley. I love the performances, so I made sure that I grabbed one that was actually live. It's from Aloha from Hawaii, live in Honolulu, 1973. Let's see what the king was cooking with. Always fresh, by the way.
Born in the heat of the desert, my mother died giving me life.
Look at those rings. My man got rings. Those are monsters. They probably cost a lot of money.
My mother died giving me life, deprived of the love of a father, blamed for the loss of his wife. You know, Lord, I've been in a prison for something that I never done. It's been one hill after another, and I've climbed them all one by one. My woman got tired of the heartaches, tired of the grief and the strife, so tired of working for nothing, just tired of being my wife. She took my one ray of sunshine, she took my pride and my joy. She took my reason for living. She took my small baby boy. Well, this time, Lord, you gave me a mountain.
The way that he rolls into it is just, I don't know, his voice is just different. I like his voice. I like the way that he performed and stuff like that. Just the whole thing. I like how he's in the stance. Just pretty much everything about it, but I like the concept of this song. Now, I don't believe, and I could be wrong, these aren't actual stories of himself, right? Like, I don't believe, because I want to say by now you guys would have shared with me that his mother had died giving birth to him. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Yeah, I know that wasn't the case, because when we watched the video that explained more of Elvis growing up and stuff like that, I want to say that they spoke about his mother. So this is just more so a song, maybe based on experiences that people that he knows have had. And what's sad is that is a thing that happens quite a bit. And well, I don't want to say it happens quite a bit, but it's something that I know that has happened before, where based on his first verse, he said that, Daddy blamed me for the death of his wife. There's times where, someone might end up being born, the mother doesn't make it, and then as soon as they get mad, they either hold a grudge against the kid, or later in life when they get mad at the kid because they're not getting along or something, they blame them for killing their mother. And that's such a raw thing to do to somebody, to try to put that energy on them. And yeah, maybe they didn't know their mother, obviously, because they never were able to really meet her, but like the thought in your mind that you were the reason that they passed away, like that could sit with somebody and really affect the way that they go about their life and affect them forever. So it's sad when somebody would put that on to a child, or even, even if they're an adult and they say it to them, like regardless of when it's said to somebody, like that's just a messed up thing to do. But unfortunately, it is something that happens. And yeah, it's wild. But I like this hook as well. Like, you gave me a mountain, basically explaining some really tough situations. And it's like, you gave me a mountain to climb. And that's the case a lot of times in life, but thankfully, you could do a lot of work, get your climbing shoes. Let me stop. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy the concept of this song.
Well, this time, Lord, you gave me a mountain.
That was amazing. I really like the concept of that. And I can't speak for everybody, obviously, because I've not experienced everybody's problems. But there are times when life, Lord, you're given a mountain, and like he said, it's I may not climb. And I feel like like throughout my life, there's probably been a few times where I feel like I've been given a mountain to climb, and it's not that I've overcame that mountain every single time. I think that if you keep in your mind that you have to somehow overcome it completely, which we're using a lot of metaphors now, but like it's you're almost you're almost shortchanging yourself, right? Because it's just that not every mountain is climbable. That is a fact. And I feel like sometimes you just got to find a nice little comfy ledge. You know what I mean? Where you feel good and you feel like this is cool. Like I can make this work, and then you go from there. But that's really vague. It's just because not everyone wants to talk about every single thing. I'm not going to sit here and go into details about, well, here's the different problems that I've experienced in my life. But you know what I'm saying. I feel like anybody out there that's had some issues, some things that they've had to try to climb, some things that they had to try to get over, like that. It's a great metaphor for that, right? Like, oh, get over it. That's what people tell people. Just get over it, right? Well, no, this mountain, maybe I can't get over this mountain, but you know what? I can find a way to make it work where I'm at on the mountain. Maybe I tried and I got to a certain point, and maybe I can't get over the entirety of it and just completely put it behind me, but I can find a way to work with what I got, with where I'm at, so on and so forth. And I think that that's really what life is all about. I think that we go through a series of mountains in our life, so to speak. And I think that some of them you don't climb. Some of them maybe you find a ledge and you kind of go around a little bit, and then maybe you got another mountain that comes up and stuff like that. And you may not have completely defeated that mountain, so to say, right? Like you didn't climb to the top, plant your flag, and I did it, and then move on to the next one. Sometimes you got to kind of just leave it halfway done, but you find a halfway that works for you. And sometimes that halfway comes back to haunt you. There's a lot of I'm speaking very vaguely in a lot of the stuff that I'm saying, but I think that you know what I mean. So this was interesting. I think this is something that a lot of people deal with and go through. And songs like this are necessary because songs are very, very therapeutic. And especially when it's about very specific topics within the verses that some people can very much relate to. But outside of that, it speaks to anybody that's dealing with any type of problem. And I think that's what, again, in my opinion, what music is all about. Music is one of the most beautiful things that we've ever created. And it's nice to have those hype and songs that make you want to dance and bop and whatever the case is. But it's also nice to have those songs that speak on some real life shit. And whether or not it specifically relates to you or not, you can grasp usually some things from it that you can relate with, and that you can kind of tie into situations that you've dealt with. And it kind of can give you a little bit of relief sometimes. Sometimes it also lets you know that other people are dealing with stuff. And it doesn't make your thing better. It doesn't make it go away, but it makes you realize that you're not alone, I guess, so to speak, in this world when it comes to dealing with shit. And I think that that's probably the best part about it. So comment down below. Let me know what else you guys want to see from Elvis. I jumbled through my opinion on all of this, but hopefully it was coherent and it made sense. And I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you in the next video, homies.